I always thought I had the perfect life. A beautiful wife, Sarah, 2 amazing kids, a 10-year-old son, Leo, and an 8-year-old daughter, Lily, and a cozy home. But last Christmas, a silly $99 gift tore my entire world apart. I bought Sarah a DNA ancestry kit as a fun stocking stuffer. 2 weeks later, the results arrived. I opened the email expecting to see a map of Europe. Instead, I saw a notification that read, "Parent-child match, 0%. My son Leo was not mine, and neither was my daughter Lily. My whole life was a lie. My heart stopped. The room spun. I looked at Leo playing video games on the couch, looking just like me, or so I thought. How was this possible? I didn't confront Sarah immediately. I needed proof. I secretly took hair samples from both kids and sent them to a private lab for a paternity test. The 5 days of waiting felt like a death sentence. When the official letter arrived, it confirmed the nightmare. 0% probability of paternity for both children. I wasn't just a cuckold. I was a stranger living in a house of ghosts. That night, I put the paperwork on the dinner table, next to Sarah's plate.
When Sarah saw the logo of the DNA lab, the color completely drained from her face. She dropped her fork. I expected tears, begging, or a confession. Instead, she got angry. She stood up, slammed her hand on the table, and screamed, "How dare you test our children behind my back? You violated my trust!" The gaslighting was supreme, but I stood my ground. "Who is their father, Sarah?" I asked, my voice deadly calm. She broke down, sobbing that it was a one-time mistake with an ex-boyfriend right before we got married. But wait, Leo is 10 and Lily is 8. A one-time mistake doesn't happen twice, 2 years apart. She was lying. Again. I hired a private investigator the next morning. If she wouldn't give me the truth, the internet and money would. 3 days later, the investigator dropped a file on my desk that made me vomit. The real father of my children wasn't an anonymous ex-boyfriend. It was Mark. Mark was my biological brother. My own brother, whom I had shared a room with growing up, whom I helped pay his college tuition, and who sat at my Thanksgiving table every single year, kissing my kids and calling himself Uncle Mark. He wasn't their uncle. He was their father. The betrayal cut deeper than a knife. I was bleeding from the inside. I confronted my brother at his apartment. When I showed him the DNA results, he didn't even look ashamed. He looked at me with cold eyes and said, "Mom knew. She told us you'd never find out." My jaw dropped. My own mother knew that my wife was sleeping with my brother? I called my mother furious. She started crying on the phone, saying, "Son, please don't ruin the family. Mark was lonely and Sarah loved him first. We just wanted everyone to be happy." My own mother protected their affair because Mark was always her favorite golden child, and I was just the financial provider. They thought I would stay quiet to save the family. They underestimated a man who had nothing left to lose. I didn't file for divorce immediately. For the next 2 months, I played the part of the oblivious husband. While Sarah thought we were working things out in therapy, I was secretly moving all my money into offshore accounts. I transferred our house, which was inherited from my grandfather, solely into a trust under my name. I gathered every text message, every hotel receipt the investigator found, and every email. I waited for the perfect moment. Mark's upcoming wedding to his new fiancée, Jessica.
The wedding day arrived. Beautiful church, over 150 guests, including my mother and Sarah, wearing their best dresses. When the priest asked if anyone objected to this marriage, I stood up. The room went silent. I walked up to the altar, took the microphone, and said, "I don't object, but I think the bride should know what kind of man she is marrying." I connected my phone to the church's big projector screen, which was meant for a slideshow of the couple. Instead, I pressed play on a folder containing the DNA results, the photos of Mark and Sarah, and the investigator's report. Chaos erupted. Jessica looked at the screen, slapped Mark across the face, and ran out crying, ruining the wedding. Her father, a wealthy businessman, threatened to ruin Mark financially. Sarah was screaming at me, calling me a monster. My mother was hyperventilating. I walked out of the church with a smile on my face. The next day, Sarah received the divorce papers, along with an eviction notice from the house. Since the children legally weren't mine, under the laws of my state, I was not obligated to pay child support for a fraud. I cut off my mother, my brother, and my ex-wife completely. It's been a year now. I am rebuilding my life, but the emotional scars are deep. The hardest part? The kids. Leo and Lily still text me, calling me dad and saying they miss me. They don't understand the adult drama. I love them, but looking at them only reminds me of the ultimate betrayal by my brother and my wife. My mother keeps leaving voicemails, begging me to forgive Mark because his life is ruined, and says I am cruel for abandoning the children I raised. So I turn to you, the YouTube community. Am I the asshole for exposing them at the wedding, evicting my ex-wife, and cutting off the children who think I'm their father? Or did I do what any betrayed man would do? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories. See you next time.